A Secret of Victorious Living by J.R. Miller. There is a secret of victorious living which, if people knew it, would make all of life easier for them. It may be stated thus, that as we take up any duty and go forward with it, we shall receive the strength we need to do it. There are several divine promises that give this assurance. One reads, "As your days, so shall your strength be." Deuteronomy 33:25. This seems to mean that the help which God gives varies according to the necessity of the particular day. God fits His blessing to our days. When we are faint, He increases strength. When we are sorrowful, He gives comfort. When we are in danger, He grants protection. When we are weary, He gives rest. As your days, so shall your strength be. Another of Christ's promises reads, "My grace is sufficient for you." Every word of this assurance shines with radiant light. My grace is sufficient for you. It is Christ's grace that is sufficient. We know that He has all divine fullness, and therefore we are sure that no human need can ever exhaust His power to give help. My grace is sufficient for you. It is Christ's grace that is sufficient. If it were anything else but grace, it might not give us such comfort. Grace is undeserved favor, goodness shown to the unworthy. We deserve nothing, for we are sinners, but it is Christ's grace which is sufficient, and so we can claim it. My grace is sufficient for you. It is present tense, is sufficient. Christ is always speaking personally to the one who is in any need and saying, "My grace is sufficient for you." My grace is sufficient for you. The word sufficient is one whose meaning expands and amplifies with the measure of the need. No necessity is so small as not to be included, and none is so great as to go beyond the capacity of the blessing that is promised. My grace is sufficient for you. The grace is sufficient for each of His redeemed children. For you the promise runs. Life lies before us with its burdens, its duties, its responsibilities, its struggles, its perplexities. It does not come to us all in one piece. God breaks our years into months and weeks and days, and never gives us more than just a little at a time, never more than we can bear or do for the day. If we take up the present duty or burden, we shall always have strength to do it. If we do not have strength of our own, sufficient for the work or struggle, we need not falter, but should go on, just as if we had omnipotence in our arm. For as we obey God, though the task is impossible to our ability, He will sustain us by giving us all the help we need.